So I've been here an hour, and this is about this is about how far we got. Dado decided he's gonna give us a sneak peek because he started this up for me the other day, and it was freaking ridiculous. So let's give them a little sneak peek.
I got my key right here.
There's his key.
I'm gonna. So.
Oh my god. Sounds like a hot rod. What just happened? Oh my god! I hope the sound of that comes across because it literally sounds like a hot rod. It sounds like a muscle car.
This bike is completely stock.
Yeah, 100% stock. All right, let's get the Panigale up on a lift and get episode 7 started. All right, what is up, guys? Welcome to episode 7 of the Custom Panigale series. As you can see, the beautiful Panigale behind me. As always, the first link in the description below will be a link to where you can support the series for a chance to win this beautiful motorcycle when we're finished. This is the current state of the garage. Nia's outside washing her Nismo edition. Nismo, whatever. Wow, that looks so awesome. Actually, that's Nia's new motorcycle. It's freaking awesome. We're gonna be teaching her how to ride that bad boy. And of course, Custom Panigale is over here chilling, waiting to get work done. So in today's episode, we're going to be doing a bunch of different stuff. We were waiting on parts, that's why it took so long for this video to come out. But we got these Rizoma rear sets that are Rizoma. I don't know why I said Rizoma. They're freaking gorgeous. The machining on them is absolutely incredible. Little hints of red, which is going to really look nice and pop. We got some Rizoma grips that are going to be really nice. Luxe grips, all black. Some black levers to match. I'm actually waiting on another lever right now, the brake lever, so we're probably going to hold off on that. We got those rubber grommets that we were missing. Grommets for the fairing. And we're going to fix that, put that back in. And then I also got a touch-up pen for a little spot on the tank that I'm going to touch up.
Hey, Jarrett, please don't sleep. We gotta get some work
Someone's
done.
doing work around here, Dado.
Oh, where's the oil on your shirt?
Unlike you.
Why don't you show them where the little nick is?
Oh, yeah, so this was not from me. This was like this when I picked it up, but there was a little nick there, and we talked to the guys at Ducati, and we said, you know, what can we do about that? Obviously, I don't want to give the bike away with a nick right there. It's just an awful spot, something to look at every single day. So they gave us a paint match pen, which I showed you from the factory. It's a exact match, and what we'll do is, you know, Dado will explain, we'll prep the surface and then just basically add layers of this until it matches, make it look all nice, and it'll be a complete match. So actually after this rear set's replaced, the bottom fairing's replaced, and this nick is fixed, every single thing on this bike that had cosmetic damage will have been replaced.
Just the amount of like
It looks so good.
design and machining that went into this.
Yeah. That's why they're so expensive, huh?
You get a lot
And they're
of
adjustable too.
You get a lot of adjustment here.
Fully adjustable. Look how good that looks. Even the back of it looks awesome. Made in Italy, baby. Alright, explain what we're doing.
The instructions say to remove these two bolts. What they don't tell you is this entire unit here for the rear master is held in by a bolt here and a bolt down behind here from the other side, and in order to get to it you have to take these out. We can't take these out because this bolt is in the way, so we're taking the entire assembly apart, pulling this off.
Now allow us to get to the other bolts and stuff.
Voila!
Behind there.
Behind there, here's a bolt. Here's a culprit.
There it is. We couldn't get to it.
Yep.
So when this bike was laid down, the rear brake pedal was bent, and then they bent it back, and they never tightened this. Look how loose that assembly is right there. Look at that.
Actually, the whole thing moved. This is how it was when we didn't loosen it at all.
Yeah.
This is how it was on the
We
bike.
loosened nothing. That's insane.
So basically, this was rubbing the fairing because this entire
Yep.
piece is
Yep.
just sliding around on there. So
Pretty ridiculous.
Yep.
But again, we're fixing other people's mistakes.
Jarrett helped me take the entire old assembly apart. You'll see it in pieces all throughout here. I let him do one thing, and he completely screwed it up.
That's messed up.
Just kidding. But the rod did fall out of the master. So, but it's cool. It's going right back in. There's some hardware here. I wanted to show you guys this bolt. I don't know if you can tell. I'll put it up against this, but it's actually bent up. And when I was taking this out, it was hard to unscrew because it's bent.
Yeah.
So.
And you want to show the corrosion?
Yeah. Also, there's parts on this bike that are fairly heavy coat of corrosion on there. Look at that.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yep.
And, you know, a lot of people say, well, stainless and aluminum, it doesn't corrode. Yes, it does. We're basically disassembling everything. We have the OEM brake light switch that has to come out yet. Then everything will be gone off of here, and then we will start assembling this new piece. Everything will be back together. We just need to make sure that we get some Loctite and some anti-seize on there, and we can begin assembly and then adjustment. I'll take the sensor out.
The brake light sensor?
Brake light switch.
That's what activates the brake light when you use your rear brake lever.
We were going to cut it off, so we save some weight, but it might not be safe. So I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm going to make something up. We put this blue Uter tape.
Uter.
There's areas where you want to use anti-seize, and there's areas where you want to use Loctite. And the new installation comes with instructions to use Loctite on certain bolts. We're going to use Loctite on those bolts. Everything else that has moving parts, like the shaft for the master, I coated in anti-seize. I like doing things like that because those little nooks and crannies is where you're going to get moisture and you start getting corrosion. You don't want that.
Nope.
So Dado says put anti-seize on. That's what we're going to do.
So I just wanted to film something like this. Stuff like this we don't really include in the episodes, but we've literally just been chatting back and forth, talking for probably 5 minutes or so while he's just been screwing these bolts down. And like, there's really no other way to do it. And this is just kind of stuff you guys don't really see. And we've been getting, a lot of people have been asking if they could just come and hang out like while we're working and stuff. Because it looks like it's all fun and games like on the video and when I edit it and, you know, and all that stuff. But this is probably we're gonna probably spend, I'd say 8 hours today. What do you think? More
than that.
Yeah, I'd say 8 to 10 hours today on Saturday, and I guarantee you there's people who would want to be doing a lot of other things than this. You know.
See, guys, Jarrett just makes it look like it's fun and games. I really know how bad this is. He goes, "What, 8 hours?" Yeah, maybe for the first half of the day.
Yeah.
So
this is what I do, but still I spend a lot of time behind the scenes and stuff like that. So there's a lot of work that goes into this, and we take this very seriously. And we're very happy to have your support, and we're glad that you're watching and enjoying these videos, but just want to show you a little behind the scenes. All right, go ahead.
So I just want to show everybody that I've been writing manuals for Rizoma. See? Not messing around.
Dado OEM nut.
That's right.
Make sure we don't forget that one. Great job, by the way.
I'm a nut, and I'm OEM, born and raised.
You are a nut.
I am a nut.
You're my nut.
So we just followed all the instructions. We got to wow, the wind blew this. We got to step 7, which is the last thing that we're gonna do. But we got it all on. Unfortunately, I couldn't film because we were both holding parts together.
Bad excuse.
We were holding each other.
I found them in a corner eating potato chips.
We were holding pieces together. Our pieces. No, but yeah, look at that. Looks absolutely amazing. There's no need for the spring anymore behind this because now this is spring loaded. The brake lever feels incredible. We got the OEM brake light switch on there, and we're still gonna need to make some adjustments, but look at how fantastic that looks. Okay, so so we got the rear sets on and adjusted. They feel phenomenal. Like, I can't even explain to you guys how good they feel.
It feels phenomenal. We only got one on.
Okay, well, this one feels really, really good. And I don't even think we're going to need to bleed them because we spun the wheel a little bit and pressed it. And
we're going to bleed it.
We're going to bleed it anyway. Freaking awesome. Actually, should we throw on the new lower fairing? Let's do it.
What did you say?
Here we go. When they brought this box out, I was like, what the hell did I order? Is that the Aqua system? Did I order that? No, I didn't order that. There it is.
Look at that. Now, how cheap was that?
It was $500.
How much?
500.
500 bones right there.
Yeah, for one little fairing. Imagine replacing the whole fairings for that thing. Yeah.
Looks good. Don't drop it.
Nope.
Jaret is swapping the hardware.
It's the teen's job.
This is a teen's job, but I figured even if she was here, she wouldn't be doing this. She'd be laying by the pool, enjoying the beautiful weather.
She would be in a bathing suit. Should I put my bathing suit on to do this?
Yeah, put your bathing suit on so I can kick you out of the shop. So what Jaret's doing is there's these metal tabs which allow the hardware to hold this fairing on. He has to swap every single one of these over to the new fairing before we can mount it on the bike.
Yep. And what are we going to do about the heat shield, Dado?
What are we going to do about this heat shield? Well, Dado hasn't figured that out yet, but it appears that the heat shield has been glued on. And if we can't get this off, what we're going to end up doing is once we get the reflective heat shield for the undertail, for the exhaust, when we figure out the heat issues, we might trim out a new heat shield piece as well. I don't think that they sell this separate, so, and it does peel off, so maybe we'll use adhesive and
reuse it?
Reuse it, yeah. There's nothing wrong with this one, but my guess is they put it there because the exhaust actually curves right here and sits in this area, and this gets really hot, so.
Yes, it does. Just like
maybe we'll go to Wendy's and get one of those, like, you know how they wrap the burgers?
burgers?
Yeah, so we just put a couple layers. We're gonna need like 20 burgers.
Put a
We got
Wendy's
this.
double cheeseburger burger wrap on it.
That's right.
You'll be good to go.
How many of those do you have done? Because we need to rock and roll on
This is
the
the
other
last
side.
one. We're
Okay.
done. Hey, don't show them that.
What? Nothing wrong with this board. You already showed him the board.
I cut it out.
Oh.
All right, so we got the new lower fairing on. Looks fantastic. Brand new, fresh fairing. And then the rear set is all on and sorted. And look how freaking awesome that looks. That little pop of red right there with a little pop of the spring retainer and then matching the rims. Looks phenomenal. So we're gonna go on to the other side and do the same thing. Dado's gonna wrench, start taking apart the rear set. I'm gonna take the fairing off. And again, we have no one to film for us. So,
Thanks, teens.
yeah, thanks teens for going to visit your family and friends. All right, so I got the fairing off. Dado got the rear set apart. He almost broke his finger trying to get one of the pieces off. And luckily he did not. So we still have our mechanic. What are you doing right now?
I'm trying to disassemble the rest of this shifter linkage on the left rear set, and I think that this is going to go quicker than we thought on this side anyways. The other side was a little complicated. We actually didn't cover the issues that we ran into, but the bracket that holds the entire assembly together on the other side had enough room for me to get one of the main bolts out. What happened was when I started reassembling it, the new aluminum machine bracket was a lot tighter and I couldn't get the wrench in there, so we got everything back apart. Look, we're honest, you know, when either we make mistakes or we get caught up and have to do some extra work, it is what it is. That's, you know, that's the name of the game. Otherwise, everybody would be doing this.
Exactly. Here's another little small detail. Stuff that we're just doing to... There was way more gunk than that in there. This is just the chain catch. from the
Yeah,
sling.
it just catches the grease for the chain. So we're gonna clean that out so that way it, they don't want it flinging either on the road, get on your tires, or on your exhaust.
Yep.
And it was pretty full, which means that somebody at some point kept this chain fairly lubed up.
Yeah, I don't know when that was though. All right, tell us what's going on. Look at Dado, covered everything so we don't scratch nothing. Your head looks huge right now.
I got a big head. It happens. This side is pretty much all done. I did not disconnect any of the shift linkage. I just loosened the jam nut so we can get this connected. I left it at the OEM setting. I told Jared that we might need to adjust this a little bit. Depends on where we are with everything. Probably not. So I'm gonna make sure that everything is tightened properly. We get this on for the foot peg, and we're
see
gonna
if we can shift gears.
we're gonna go get some food.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting to that point where I'm getting pretty cranky.
Yeah. What are we doing?
This rear set on the left-hand side is finished. Everything is tight. Even though the factory bolts that were in there holding some of the stuff were already done and tightened, we went through and checked every single bolt just to make sure. I'm gonna pull some of this tape off because we are done with the install. And the last thing that's left on both sides is these caps. I don't know why it says, oh, it's a pad protection. I guess so the heel doesn't get caught on these.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So it kind of sticks out a little bit. So we're gonna put these in here. See how nicely they fit. I kind of just went through. They go through the gears. Jarrett will just have to get on it, or maybe I will, and go through all the gears and make sure it shifts smoothly and there's no issues.
Yeah, I'll take it out once we're done with everything today and make sure it all works. Nia she said she never rode in a car with me, my own damn cousin.
Own damn cousin.
She said, how is your driving? And I said, didn't you know I used to be a sprint car driver?
Oh, you're full of shit.
All right. If you guys are local, Al's of Hampton is unbelievable. What's this place called? Al's? Yeah, Al's. Look at it. Look at that slice. That's a stuffed Italian slice. I got cheesesteak stuffed slices. Look at that. I also got a slice of buffalo chicken. My pops, say hi, Daddy. Okay, hey. He got a slice of pepperoni because he doesn't eat anything. All right, so I'm just gonna drive it down the driveway here and make sure it all works. First thing we need to check is see if the brake switch works. So.
Are you saying you're doubting me?
I'm doubting Dado. You ready? That's the front brake. This is the rear brake.
Yep.
It triggers it.
That's good.
Okay, cool. Here goes nothing, guys. Alright, so the rear sets are good. They feel amazing. They look amazing. I'm super stoked. Thank you, Dado. As always, look at those bad boys. Beautiful with a little touch of red. So that's it. Rear sets are done. And now we're going to move on to the grips. So we're going to replace these with the Rizoma Luxe grips. And that'll be what's going on next. So we're going to take all this stuff off and then I'll check in with you guys in a few. This is black on black. You can get them in different colors as well. Some people were thinking about maybe black with red, but honestly, I think if you put too much red on the bike, it starts to look a little bit tacky. So I think the red pieces that we have right now are perfect, and the black grips with the black levers are gonna look really good. So, see, this is what women are good for. Washing cars. Oh, don't even think about it. So we got the original grips off. What are you working on here, Dado?
Got the rubber grips off, the bar ends, the mirrors. Now we're disassembling this throttle assembly here. We're gonna mount the new goodies on there. So.
You gotta be careful with this.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing, so we're just gonna drink some beer and party. Damn it, I didn't want to say that.
Take two. Okay. So you gotta be careful with this, Dado?
Yeah, I gotta be careful with this. God damn it.
Take three.
All right, take three. Ready?
Yeah. So you gotta be careful with this, Dado?
You should have seen the picture on my screen earlier. Take four. Last one.
Take four.
Ready?
Yeah. So you gotta be careful with this, Dado?
Yes, sir. Throttle assembly. Sometimes they can be a real biatch. Hey, there's not much slack in this, contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, people are always telling me I need to get throttle spacers and stuff for this.
Right, you don't.
Yeah, it feels phenomenal. The 899s and the 1199s, I agree, but the 959s, they got the fueling dead on. It feels really, really good. So there he is, Dozy. Where have you been? The manager's been hard at work doing some paperwork and a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. Haven't you, Dozy?
Sleeping.
Haven't you, Dozy? Look at him. Look at those big brown eyes. Why are you giving me your butt? Look at him. He's such a pretty doggy. Don't you dare pee on that tire. Don't you dare. That new tire. He smells that new tire. Do you approve? Is there any paperwork you need us to do, or are you good?
We're putting the Rizoma grips on. This is the throttle side. I put some anti-seize on here because if you get any kind of corrosion or dirt or grime or dry gunk, it'll bind up on you, and I just like to play it safe. There's a tiny little pin right here, and a lot of people think that this is a tough thing to do, but it's kind of like puzzles. So you slide this guy on, like that, press it in, this guy clamps in there, and in order for it to seat, you have to find a hole for the pin. There it is. That should be good to go. We'll bolt it in and we're ready to go.
Nice work. Nice work, sir.
Thanks,
you,
man.
sir, are a saint. After 15-20 minutes of searching, Dado found his specialty bits. Why did we need specialty bits? Because we realized when we took this throttle off and we put the other one on, and we thought it was all good and we bundled it all up, and we were twisting this and the whole freaking thing was like moving. And I looked in there with a flashlight and I found this piece that was broken off inside of it. Probably when it was laid down and it hit that bar end, probably snapped the throttle body, a little piece off in there. Now, it was snapped off where it was supposed to be, so it still worked. But we got it out of there, and then Dado had to use the specialty bits to take this whole thing apart so that we could get this in there, get that piece out, and put it all back together. So
It works.
now it works, and actually looks really, really nice too. And it feels phenomenal. It's awesome. Next side. So we got this side on, looks phenomenal. And this one sits all the way flush on that one, on the throttle side. You do want a little bit of room there so your throttle doesn't get stuck. I just put the Rizoma in the exact same spot as the throttle side. And he's just going, he's adding, they come with little screws.
Set screws.
Yeah, set screws to tighten it in so that they won't move. Obviously, you don't want those moving, and it'll be good to go. So stay tuned. Love the black on black. Again, we will be replacing the levers, but I'm still waiting on one of them, so I don't want to do just one. They also are a little bit thicker, so they fill up. They really fill your palm.
That's what she said.
So yeah, there you go. There's the finished product. Looks awesome, and just those little touches that continue to make them look so good. And again, matches the rear sets. Oh, the black looks so good. Okay, moving on to the last thing of the evening. Go ahead, Dado.
There's a chip right here. This is how Jarrett bought the motorcycle, and we don't want to leave it to the next user.
No.
So what we're going to do is, I actually suggested that we take this entire gas cap assembly off the bike so we can properly prep that and paint it, and then when we're done with it, we'll reassemble the whole gas fill assembly. We have some touch-up paint, but we want to prep the surface so it sticks really nice, and we're going to put multiple coats on there so the paint can last a long time and doesn't keep spreading, especially because it's by fuel.
Yeah.
So if you look here, I'm going to open this up. We're going to take these bolts out, take the whole assembly out. That way we can get in there nice and prep it and finish it up. It's going to stink a little bit, but no mosquitoes.
Also, you might have noticed it was broad daylight when we started.
12 o'clock.
What time is it now?
8:15 almost. 8:10.
Yep. 8 hours later. Okay.
Using my awesome mag mat here.
Yeah,
to
look how convenient that is.
hold tools and screws. So we took this apart. We're going to take this up really nice and make sure that the seal doesn't drop in there. Jared had his fingers covering the hole because he was afraid that I was going to drop screws in there. He said he just want to take stuff apart.
He does.
So I'm going to lay this on a clean paper towel like I always do. I'm going to clean all this dirt and grime out of here. You got to make sure that you don't drop any dirt inside. So when you're cleaning it, clean it from the inside towards out.
Wow.
Next thing we're gonna do is use some cleaner and a clean paper towel, clean up this entire area here. We're gonna sand it a little bit to prep the surface. This will get all the grease and dirt out so the paint, the new touch-up paint can stick. We just tape this shut so we don't get fumes or something doesn't drop in there, like, I don't know, some of these bolts or a beer can or something.
So we just put the first coat on, and it already looks better actually. So I think after a couple of strokes, it'll be good to go.
That's right.
So this paint is going to take a while to dry, and we don't want to rush it. So it's already almost 9 o'clock. We got the Floyd Mayweather fight in the background. So we're just going to sign out here. Yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you want to be entered for a chance to win this motorcycle, head on over to patreon.com/JaretCampisi. It'll always be the first link in the description below. If you enjoy these episodes, be sure you smash that like button so we know that you enjoy it. Share it with your friends and hit the subscribe button as well. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.